The Let's Be Buds show is for adults 21 plus only. Content is for education and entertainment. We don't sell or promote cannabis. Please follow your local laws and consume responsibly. Opinions are our own. Keep all products away from children and pets.
Oh yeah. And please, no dickheads. We ask that you respect our no dickheads policy. If you are a dickhead or thinking of being a dickhead today, please be a dickhead somewhere else.
Are you ready?
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. I got a little bit of a message back. Dave, is our guest backstage?
He is, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Is,
okay,
yeah.
So welcome to the show, everybody. So good to see you all you early birds in on the Lost Coast Plant Therapy giveaway at the beginning of the month, we have got a great guest for you tonight. Josh Grambo is going to be joining us shortly. A little bit of a mind fart here. What's our herbal remedy of the week?
It is chamomile.
Chamomile. Thank you very much. Excuse me. And Josh will be giving us a tour at the top of the next hour, which will be fun. And our Woodyard, congrats! You are entered a duck in the race for the first Wednesday of the month for a bottle of Lost Coast Plant Therapy and some really cool merch. Congrats! And one of our poker buddies too. Our seed sponsor, Captain 420, is our seed sponsor this week. Thank you so much, Captain. And what else am I supposed to be blah, blah, blahing about over here? Nothing?
Well, we have an awesome guest, Josh, from Grambo Grows. So he is the producer that's behind the Dude Grows show. He's a comedian. He wears many, many hats, and we are excited to have him here tonight. He's always full of energy. If anybody watches him, they know that. And he is funny as hell.
Let's introduce him, shall we?
Here.
Here in our space, laughter sweet, it's our embrace. Grambo grows, good times on the rise with the crew. We light up the skies, join the ride, feel the sound. In this world, we won't back down. Nothing but good vibes all around. Yeah, we found. We're feeling high, laughter fills the air. We Josh, Dude, and Jug, we go anywhere. So keep the laughter flowing, let it resonate. In this world of good vibes, we celebrate.
What the hell?
The rainbow popsicle was
I understand technology. If there's a certain type of person who wouldn't, they're like, dude, I feel like I'm waking up and sleepwalking and like have no memories of all these videos I'm watching. What is this shit? and my teeth are way better spaced than I remember. That was hilarious. Thank you, guys. That was
Oh man, that was too good.
So yes, thank you for having me. I'm up in the bakery up in Fort Collins, Colorado, chilling with Scotty Reel. We just finished going live with the Dude Grows show, and hit render, hit upload, took a drink of water. I'm now back talking cannabis with y'all.
You have a lot of energy.
I love the game.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you.
Yes, thank you, Miranda. We are old friends. We go all the way back. She's I say she's my Canadian friend. Oh my friend up in Canada. Grambo, you have no friends. No, my friend up in Canada. My friend dude up in Canada. My friend Miranda. Shout out to chat. I see so many of my close friends out there. Shout out Default Behavior. I see you.
Yes, definitely. Well, welcome.
Yes,
so you wear many, many hats. Do you want to tell us a little bit about those hats you wear?
I do. I wear so many hats because I'm bald, so I make sure I wear hats to disguise it. Now I was a stand-up comedian for years, and I was always friendly with the Dude Grows show. They had this a meme generator that they were ahead on the meme game. They got a meme generator on their site, and so I always was having fun trying to make the crew laugh. And I was a secret grower, so I didn't show too much of my grow, and went off on this long road trip and had a blast. I did this 28 city tour with a friend of mine, Papa Junior Joseph Papa Johnson. And did the road. And when I got back, I was kind of like, man, I wish there was something that took content creation, weed growing, being funny, being on camera, and the universe provided that. I got back on a Monday, and the Dude Grows show needed a new producer. And immediately, it was like peanut butter and jelly. We all just got along with our personalities, our styles, and the Dude Grows show. And then we got deleted 10 days later. 98,000 subscribers. Got deleted, and that only renewed. I knew I was in with these guys after that. You go through that kind of hardship. It could have just folded right then and there. And we just had a meeting. And we're like, nah, we'll start over from zero, and we did. Built that account up to 50,000. Got deleted, and now let's do it at third. So I always joke, YouTube accounts, they're like jalopy cars. If they can get you year to year, come on, baby, I just got to get to court in the morning. And so, that was the beginning of it. And then that just branched. I really love cannabis. I really love creating things. So then when the drug dealers from New Millennium said they needed some help, their producer had gone astray, started working with them. Then after doing 2 years of that, I kind of realized, wow, I kind of know a lot about weed, and why don't I start my own channel? And then that it's all. And then we got the DGC Grow Talk channel. So actively, I run 4 YouTube cannabis channels, 8 pieces of content a week, every week for 3 years. And I love it. I love it. And so that's why I finished with my work day. You guys are like, you ready to come on? I was like, goddamn right I am.
That's awesome.
Well, we're grateful for that, Josh. Can you just kind of give us your weekly schedule? You've got 8 spots or 8
Well, so to start on Monday, DGC Grow Talk comes out 8 a.m. Those are hardcore produced, just grow shorts. That'll come out at 8 a.m. 8 to 15-minute videos. Then Tuesday, 4:20 p.m., Drug Dealers Podcast. That's an hour-long topic and conversation. Wednesday, we do on our website, realdgc.com. It's a place that we once we started getting deleted, we realized we really need a place, a home, that we can host all of our stuff so our back catalog doesn't get deleted permanently. And then we can do lives and promotions, talk about things that were on YouTube, correct? So I should, I'll mind my verbiage for all this, but suffice to say, we talk about all the things that we love talking about. So Real DGC, we go live. We just finished the live, 4:20 p.m. We go live and do a full dirty show. And then Wednesday also, so 4:20 we do that. 8 a.m. a Grow Talk goes out. Tomorrow, Thursday's the only day something doesn't go out. Friday's a Grow Talk. Saturday's Real DGC show. Sunday is my stream, and I usually will put out a Grambo Grows video in between that. My videos are about 11 minutes, and they take about 11 hours to produce. So however many minutes my videos are, just knew I put an hour per. So if it's 13 minutes, that was 13 hours of post-production to make those videos. But I love it. I love the game. I love cannabis. I love the crew. And I do it for you, chat. So subscribe.
So do you have like have you taken any like courses or anything in this, or did you learn it all just yourself?
No, I was I had this unfortunate situation where my mom, I have a 7-year-old girl, she just turned 7 this last weekend, and she was born the same week as my mom passed away. So I had this really kind of traumatic situation where like, oh man, there's all this emotion. It's like, well, at least I have stand-up. I'm going to throw all of my passion into stand-up comedy. So she was born July 2019. All stand-up was taken away January 2020 in the lockdown. So I went from like, well, now what am I going to throw all of my, I'm not going to let this break me. I got to throw all of this energy and angst into something. And I just started kind of making short films and stuff for comedy just to make it. And so I started, I had a COVID energy, and I literally was doing 13, 15 hours a day, every day, just learning this stuff, teaching myself it. And so I started entering short films over COVID. And the first one, I got an honorable mention. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I finished third the second film festival. I won the third. I won the fourth. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of good at this. So people always think I'm like this old timey content guy. I didn't edit before 2020. I really never even owned a computer to speak of until 2019. And so thankfully my buddy David Hannon, he's like, I'm going to buy you a computer and you're going to edit my content. And then he bought me a computer and paid me to edit his content. And so that was the first kind of lucky break I got. And then hooking up with the Dude Grows was kind of that second, like, man, this is weird. The universe, like a religious level of like, I can't believe how well we all slid in and it locked in like a Lego, and we just hit run from day one and never reached off the accelerator. So I work really hard at this because the universe seems to want me here, and it just keeps the plant keeps saving me. That cannabis saved me when I was very young, and it introduced me to like my first friend group and my first girlfriend, and then it got me out of high school and got me my first like little apartment, and then it got me to Colorado from Iowa. It got me my first house, and then the bottom fell out of the market. Well, those days of cannabis being there to save me, and it swooped me up again. And so the plant, I owe everything I am to cannabis. And it sounds cheesy, and I know you guys all feel the same way, but man, I owe the plant a lot, and I will not be. I'm in her debt for eternity, essentially.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the same.
I wanted to ask you, but so it was cannabis that drew you to Colorado because of the legalities and so on?
I was a cannabis refugee. I watched all my grower friends. Like I was part of like a 5 or 6 grower network, and everyone had gotten taken down except for me. And I was like, well, the writing's on the wall. And my girlfriend at the time was like, we should move to Denver. We could do that. And I, being from Des Moines, Iowa, no one leaves. No one's like, like everyone's born there, you die there. That's just what it is. And so she was from Chicago. She's like, we could leave. Like, we can, and we did. And nice. Greatest decision I ever made. I really love Colorado a lot.
Yeah, no, that's great. It looks beautiful there too.
Oh,
even just the scenery.
It's so beautiful. The people are really hip and young. It's really accommodates a lot of art, music, comedy. It's and then the cannabis laws. Obviously, it's wide open here. It is literally so background that it's just boring. Like young people that aren't in it, young people, they don't even care. Like my buddy's son from Jug Dealers, Gabe. We hung out with his son on 4th of July. He's so over all the cannabis thing here at 4th of July. We got all these like cannabis, like entertainment personalities, all these growers, some of the best hash makers. He thinks we're all boring old dudes, which is what we want. We wanted normalization of the plant. And unfortunately boring is, it's like being a chef. I'm a chef. Cool. Some people think that's really cool. If you understand the nuances, then being a chef is amazing. But if you're just so you cook food, so you're a food cooker. You're yes, I cook food.
For sure. So doing stand-up, did that help you with like not being so shy in front of the camera when you're doing live streams that way? Or is it completely different?
I've been a real attention whore since the day I was born. If you would ask me when I was 4 years old what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would have said a stand-up comedian. I loved Def Jam. I loved just all things stand-up that I wasn't supposed to be watching at that age. Shout out to the 80s. We were just letting kids do whatever they wanted back then. And then some from the band Slipknot's hometown. So I went from I want to be a stand-up to then when I discovered music, kind of had an affinity for it. Me and my best friend were like these two like rage guitar players, and we just like gelled instantly. So then I kind of was like, oh, music is what I'm supposed to be doing. So from age 16 to about 26, I watched Slipknot go, and I watched them go from just a bar band with a bunch of schmucks, and then they become the biggest band, one of the biggest metal bands in the world in history. And I go, oh, wow, you can really like you can actually like do things if you put. And I watched, they didn't just like play music. They were like, they had to like have meetings and have like a actual producer, a guy who like led things, the guy, logistics, like they all wear those jumpsuits. That they didn't just decide one day. They like did it one at a time. And I go, oh, so there's like, it's not just the art, there's the business behind the art. And if you do all those things and then it took me, and then being from Iowa, there was no chance of like doing anything there. So once I got to Denver, it's a huge, probably the third or fourth biggest stand-up comedy city in America. And so I jumped in on that, and and you're watching a lot of my close friends are blowing up. Like a buddy of mine, Sam Talent, he's on Rogan all the time now. He's blowing up. And I've been telling people, watch out for Derek Stroop. He's about to blow up. I saw he was on Kill Tony the other day. So it's cool watching like close friends go like that guy's going to make it someday. And then they do. And you go, gosh darn it, I want to make it someday.
For sure. No, that's awesome.
And so I hosted Colorado's first ever open cannabis comedy show. It was at the International Church of Cannabis here. They sued the government to become a church, and they won. They're called the Elevationists. So I'm a proud elevationist. And so they would have their members events where you could, it's not open to smoke all day long every day, but on their special member events, they actually do have full smoking. So I started hosting these show I called Infused. It was Infused stand-up comedy. And so every week I was the guy. And I met a lot of the cool guys, like the guy that ended up taking me out on the road, PJ Johnson, hardcore stoner, met him through the church show. And so once again, you could really argue at every step of the way. Like my big break in comedy was this cannabis show, which then led to my big trip that then led to this show. And I go, damn, this plant really, cannabis, you really have a way of pushing me into interesting things and catching me. I'm truly amazed.
Yeah, that's amazing. That really is amazing. I believe that everything happens for a reason like that as well. Like I truly do.
Yes.
And I actually saw an article today that was a little crazy, and it basically said that whatever you do now actually changes the past as well, because there is no, I don't know much about it. I got to dig into it, but it looked a little wild.
I have a note in my phone. I have a note folder of thousands of ideas and notes. And the note that's pinned to the top of all the notes says, no more science. No more science. It does not help to me to know that there is no arrow of time, and the second law of thermodynamics is entropy, and that's really the only gradient of any sort of time function, and that really could be reversed. The laws of physics do not prevent any of the stuff that you're talking about, and I don't need to know that.
No, for sure.
I got girls on Tinder to holler at, bruh.
We only have right now anyway, so
right now. Now let's say hi to Scotty real. We saw Scotty. He's heading to the crow. He's heading.
What, Josh? What entails putting together a 28 show tour? Like, do you have a manager, or do you have to organize this all yourself, or how?
So in this scenario, this what I love about comedy is full of a bunch of self-starters. You know, there's no one with their hand out trying to so. Any of the things are possible. In that particular thing, there was a booker that we worked with. He lived in New York. And so his job is he works with, 50 different, whether it's a brewery or it's a small, music venue, anywhere, name it. If they got a stage and a microphone, we've performed in some version of it. And so he'll work with them and he'll figure out who's going where? Okay, PJ and Josh, they're on their way working west out of Pickett, Tennessee. All right, hey, Texas. Hey, do you guys want to pick up one in Detroit? All right, so now they'll go to Detroit, and so it started out as maybe 25 gigs, worked its way up to about 33 at the end of it. So yeah, we were very lucky. They were worrying about the money, worrying about the hotels. We were just able to do it. Or I've had times where you go out and do everything yourself, and usually those ones you end up sleeping in the backseat of a car. So never trust a stoner comedian with the logistics of a tour, one way or another. For example, we had a show in Iowa City cancel. I'm from Des Moines, Iowa. So I messaged the comedian in Des Moines, hey, we had a gig canceled. Do you know anybody? Well, he did. So then I hit them up. I ended up calling the bartender. Yeah, sure, we'll get you going. And where there was no show, there was a show. And ended up being one of the best shows of the tour. So microphone is a microphone is stage and really just a microphone. We'll show up and go.
That's great.
So it was last weekend. I believe you had you mentioned him earlier, a colleague, comedian that you had gone on a tour with. That was PJ, you said?
So his name is PJ Johnson, and on his ID, his legal name is Papa. PJ stands for Papa Jr., and his full name is Papa Jr. Joseph Papa Johnson. Why? Because his dad was twice the daddy. And so this young black kid from Detroit. He's the realest dude on earth. And I kind of went the weird online route with comedy being a secondary. He went comedy the first route, and now he's bringing online as his secondary. And we just kind of re-met and realized like, bro, you're a stoner comedian. You're funny. You smoke some of the best weed. That's actually how we originally met. I was up in Boulder smoking weed with a bunch of comedians. And I was like, bro, this tastes really good. What is this? And some guy's like, oh, my friend Stan grew it. And I was like, oh, all right. And I'm down in Denver like a week later, smoking this weed. I go, I know someone grew this. Who's Stan? Which one of you guys is Stan? He goes, I'm Stan. I go, I know you grew this. And he was like bummed out. He's like, so you don't know me as a comedian, but you know me as a grower? Yeah. Hey, you're not funny, but you do grow good weed.
Shit.
Oh my God.
Something I picked up from that interview that you guys did is it seems that a lot of these show tours revolve around strip bars. So correct me if I'm wrong.
In life, I imagine they do, but for PJ, for some weird reason, he decided he wanted to get a lap dance in all 50 states that he headlined in. And so I'd only been to a strip club maybe twice in my whole adult life, my 35-year-old life. And then so I went from never having been to being quite, and God bless. I'm so glad that we did, because the adventures and the comedy and the storytelling, and we ended up finding a lot of weed. We ran out of weed quick. Weed was very important for this trip. And we spaced out, how much weed do you think the two of us could possibly smoke over 35 days? Turns out it's like 3 times more. So we ended up having to find weed out on the road. We developed all these SOPs for how to find weed on the road. And it really just came down to go to a strip club, look for a guy wearing a fanny pack across his body sideways. That guy's got weed. He's got weed. It has never not worked.
That is hilarious. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So out of all the things that you do, what is your favorite thing to do?
In complete life, or things that pay money?
Just in everything that you do work-wise.
Work-wise, okay. I was going to throw out being a dad. That's
a good one.
That's very cheesy, but I mention it because I never wanted to be a dad, right? I don't want a kid. I'm having kids. That's horrible. Get out of here. Then I have a kid. Not only do I love it, it's the thing I love the most. I was born to be a dad. Then I'm forced to ask myself a question. What other things do I hate that I'm actually born to do that is my happiness right there? So, it's just a guide. I would say be more open to saying yes to weird ideas, because you might just find that something that you thought you didn't like was actually your calling in life and is going to change everything.
Very true. I like that.
from there, honest to God, you guys, I look at my life and I go, I date, I'm single, and I date and I make cannabis content. Those are the two things that I do. And of those two things, I would say cannabis content's more enjoyable. Dating sucks. And so I keep trying to swoop up these girls, and they slip through my fingers. I'm a big personality. I had a date, phone date, because I was too busy. He's like, oh, let's have a phone call. I just walked out of the recording studio, so I did 5 hours of this, and I'm just like, and she's like, oh, you're definitely on. I go, yeah, I'm on, baby. And so yeah, I'd say, like right now I'm learning, like we do long form, like as you guys are doing, more of a long form kind of free flowing. You'll plan out your guess, your questions, and you'll kind of just take it where it goes. And then I've been getting into like not a short form YouTube. A short form would be like a minute, that's the shorts, but like an 8 to 12 minute structured. So I'll go through and like really understand like what are the people that make the top, not just top performing, but the things that do good are usually because they're very interesting and people like them. And so I've been studying like minute to minute to where I can tell you at 13 seconds, I've cut section 1. I'm going into section 2. Section 2 lasts from 13 seconds to 22 seconds, 22 seconds to 28. Now at 28, we do the accreditation call. Accreditation call that ends at 45 seconds. 45 seconds, we're into hook 1. Hook 1, confirm to click. Hook, and it's just like da 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 da, and you get it tighter and tighter. And I would put out a video and it'd do 5,000 views, and I go, oh, I'm getting good at this. And then I learn all this stuff and I put out a video and it does 200,000 views, and I go, well, geez, that was crazy, but maybe it's a fluke. I put up my next video, does 100,000 views, and I go, what's happening around here? Am I like learning the stuff? And so there was a YouTube channel. It's called Patty Galloway for all you up and coming YouTubers out there. And Patty Galloway is a YouTuber that covers YouTubers. And I started to notice, I was watching his content, I started noticing these YouTubers, they would tweet out, just learned something huge, about to blow up. And then they would get like 1 million more subs in the month. I go, what the hell did they learn? And so I've just been on this mission for the last 2 years to figure out, what did they learn? And I'm finally putting it together where it's like not making content about me, oh, I'm so clever and smart, So it's really, it's about the topic. It's well educated. It's well informed. I do the research. I have citations. I have all of my my citations. I don't list them in the description, but if you want them, they're available. And I just used to be a pro poker player. I love games with people where there's no, there's a system, but there's no real way. And it's where art meets science. And I love those places. And it's where my brain likes to go. So right now, learning open loop theory and hooks and hardcore editing. And I love just making things. I'm a musician. I can't draw. So I've always just been, I love making all things. That includes, so that's kind of like the content creation and the baby all in one. I just like making things. And I look at it and I go, hey, I made that. Son of a bitch.
I feel like people were made to create things. Like, I think a lot of us get mental health issues and things because we're not creating things. We're just going to work.
Like, you put out a lot of videos. I was like, worry about me. If I start, those are my mental health. When I'm doing great, I'm lazy. When I'm lazy, paid, and fat and happy, why make a video? That's a stupid idea.
That's very true. Very true. Yeah, you are more motivated when you're happier, for sure.
Yeah, well, me, I'm all, like I said, when I learned the editing, through pain. Comedy is pain. And I joked about that. Like that was one of my main things. I was like, as a comedy runs on pain, and ladies and gentlemen, my gas tank is full.
No, for sure.
Josh, do you script your videos? Like
the modern ones, I do. I do a stream every Sunday, the late night smoke, 8 o'clock on the Mountain Time every Sunday. And that I don't for any interview, for anything. I really pride myself on, like, you either know this stuff or you don't. Like I did Mr. Grow It show last year. He's like, oh, I'll send you the questions before. I was like, no, that's cool. Like I'll read them if you want me to, but I really pride myself on like being able to sit down and answer any question about cannabis that there is. You know, that's why I started it. I have a weird like ADD where if I'm a 99% knowledge, I feel like a fraud. Like if I don't know this down pat 100%, I just don't feel comfortable. So right. I know weed, I know YouTube, I know music theory, I know Pantera songs from the 90s. You know, I don't know much. And too much about quantum mechanics. Stop.
But you also know if you don't have the answer to ask the question. Okay, so now, so like those 8 to 12 minute videos, are those ones scripted?
Yes, I'm a very dyslexic. So my whole life, I legitimately thought I was like dumb. Like legit, like in Happy Gilmore, there's like the today, Junior, when you can't read well, it just kind of like everything flows from that. So my whole life, I was just like, I'm dumb. I don't do well with things. And then as YouTube started taking over, it was around like 09, 08, 09, I started like teaching myself things from the internet. And then I realized how much of a visual learner I am when I don't have to physically read it. Not only am I not dumb, I actually have this like superhuman ability to absorb concepts and just do these 12-hour sessions. So me and words always had this like adversarial, like people would like post up a sign. They go, didn't you see the sign? I go, I didn't. Words to me are just hieroglyphics. Like it's a lot of effort to like read.
Right.
So the idea of sitting down and scripting stuff wasn't my bag. But now technology has gotten so good that I can highlight an entire paragraph and with Grammarly just click fix spelling and grammar, and then all of a sudden my chicken scratch of like unfinished words, rambling nonsense, you know, and don't use AI for these things. I was just telling like our buddy Cortez, he's like, don't do that. You can do that once you've mastered it. Once you've mastered a subject, then you can use a chatbot to like optimize for you. But you need to understand as a human. I need to know beat to beat to beat, and I need to feel those losses. When it doesn't work, I need to feel the pain. That's why in comedy we always say the bombing is as or more important than doing good. Just that pain of like, well, I don't want that to ever happen again, and I'm not going to quit. So then there's only one option, like dig in and like do it. And I learned from that, it actually works. And so from there, it's just like, I go through and so, yeah, mainly just the grammar and the spelling fixes is help me a lot. I'm a two-finger, I just type like this at 100 miles an hour. And so yes, this stuff is very scripted, every single word to the second. But then I'll just go off script. Like in my videos, if anyone has watched my videos of late, there's this third-party character I'll put on. And he's like, "Whoa, bro!" And all of a sudden, I'm talking about toilet sandwiches. That was just a riff that got out of control. Where you don't write toilet sandwiches, you don't sit there, going, And so I leave myself the freedom because I'm the editor. I know, just say it, do it, say it. It would be very hard to collaborate to make these sort of things because I get to come up with the idea, research the topic, write the script, then edit it, then produce it at the end. And it would be a lot of arguments if I was working with other people. We'll just say that.
When you were explaining how you put these videos together, it just reminded me that I just recently watched one of those videos. And you talk about the click and the hook and all those things, and suddenly I just went, yeah, I get it. I could. There was a flow going to that video.
It's invisible when you're not looking for it. It's invisible, and once you see it, you go, oh, I see what I kind of see it. Like for example, hook one is confirm the click. I might call a video like 3 ways of plant tissue and so the video will open up with like, guys, plant tissue culture is an interesting subject. It is where, and so the first line is say like here, like confirm the click. What the thing you clicked on, this is not clickbait. This is exactly what you clicked on. I'm going to lay out all the beats, and then hook 2 is going to be the interesting thing you hadn't thought about it. like my weed video about dispensary weed. I go, if you ask people about dispensary weed, they'd say it's grown horribly. It's grown like trash. And I would agree. But here's the thing. It's actually grown amazingly. So what's happening in between amazing bud and, I open up that question. If it's grown amazingly, but yet it still is trash, what happens in the middle? And now we're going to do an exploration of that.
For sure.
Very cool. Very cool.
What's the wildest thing that's ever happened to you during a live stream? Is there anything that stands out that like crazy that happened, or a blooper of some sort? They all blend together. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's one that I'm thinking. Chat, anyone that watches the late night smoke, throw it out there. The one that comes to mind right off the top of my mind is getting banned from YouTube during a live stream. So you'll see like 300 people live in chat, and then 300 just goes to 0. And you go, that's not good. And then you'll go look, and your content has gone against YouTube community guidelines, and so. Doug puts the poo emojis in chat. Everyone can put the poo emojis in chat. One of the crazy things I do the live stream, and that's for everybody, and then that's for the Gram fam. And I got my Grambo members, the $5 a month. We do a private members only show where I am preposterously honest. And now you'll see all these poo emojis in chat because one night I went out on a date on a Saturday and shenanigans happened. And then the next day I go live and I go, I had this thing that happened to me this weekend, and guess we're going to talk about it. And because I'm a comedian, I sat kind of just like, not sure. I don't know if I can. All right. And I kind of found here's how we'll talk about it. And I end up telling the funniest tale of the most gross and like, it wasn't cool. It wasn't like, so what's surprising about it was not something that was like one of the worst moments of my life ends up becoming my brand. It's just like a weird thing. So chat is it's its own thing. You guys are nuts. And I love everyone in this community. They're both the biggest sweethearts and the biggest sickos. And I love it. I was born for it. Yeah, other than that, I don't know that anything crazy has happened during a live stream. That's a good question. I have to go back and think because there's got to be something. I've done hundreds. It's weird to think I've done hundreds, like literally 500-600 hour-long live streams, like at least. It's crazy. For sure. Have you ever had one where like you plan something and it's like totally gone off the wall? Anything like that?
Well, that's what I'd say. Almost all of them. Yeah. No matter what, you always think. I plan out things. I'll have my questions. I'll do my things, and I always look at it like tributaries in a river. Like the ocean opens up to a river mouth, and then the river mouth opens up to a couple different paths, and those branch out to more. And by the next thing you know, you're in some weird. I thought I was going to New Orleans. How the hell am I in Arizona? But it's been an interesting conversation. And I find that those, when you dig in, that's where you find the thing that like I said, with the toilet sandwiches thing, you can't plan these things out. If you work with talented people and you ask the right questions, they will lead you into waters where the learning starts. And so hanging out with like, our guys from Build a Soil, or hanging out with the guys from the Jug Dealers, or hanging out with a Bruce Bugbee's type person. Sometimes I'll tell eating ass jokes. Sometimes I won't. It just depends on like the company. As I walked in here with you guys, I was like, be on your best behavior, And then as we've been sitting here, it's like, they can handle a little
yeah, let her go.
So then I walked in with one idea, and then 5 minutes in, now it's like,
That's awesome.
I'm feeling the vibe now.
For sure. Very cool. Well, you are a busy person, and that sounds really tedious doing even just like those 13-minute videos. So like, I know that's not something I would like doing. I think my eyes would like start going on me.
Yeah. But it's the game. It's just the love of the game. Like I said, I played pro poker back in the day. I was an elite guitar player. I see the thing. I see people who do things that I think are really cool. Oh man, I'd really love to do. I wish I could shred on the guitar. I wish I could play Van Halen solos. And then how'd you do it? I just threw 10 hours a day, 7 days a week for 13 years. And then now I can play Van Halen solos. And so I see a thing I want, and I'm unwilling to not have the thing. And so just the years, like I got my first YouTube channel in 2006. So in August, September, I will have been YouTubing for 20 years, which is insane.
Wow.
And so YouTube started in 2004. I created an account in 2006. And I just love it. Yeah. And I'm trying to like do more stuff, but I just can't. You know, Scotty'd be like, we should do this other channel. I go, Scotty, should we? Scotty's got, he's got 3 channels. I got 4 channels. Do we need any more of this? Because we're both obsessed. That's how we found ourselves in this world. Is just truly loving cannabis, truly loving teaching people. Scotty came up with this term. He said on Dude Grows 10 years ago. He said, we're just learning in public. And that's what it is.
For sure. Yeah, somebody in chat's just letting you know that if you're into it, we actually play poker every Thursday night. We jump on and video chat just on here. We stream it and we play and kick some ass.
Man,
just for funsies.
I might shove you on the turn, so don't look weak.
No money involved, just for funsies.
Yeah, it's just play money. Yeah.
You can imagine, just knowing what you guys know about me already, you can imagine what poker was like. It's and that's why I'm so good at this kind of like I'll be running a live stream while interacting with, I'll be doing all these things, and it seems very crazy. And I used to 12 table simultaneously play poker, and I would just sit there. Chain smoke bowls, I'd smoke an eighth of weed an hour, and I would just play I'd play 9 tables comfortably, and 12 was about where I maxed out. So if you ever seen someone play 9 no limit hold'em tables simultaneously, it is just like click, 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 click.
Oh yeah,
and my brain is like processing, and that puts me in my happy place. I have brutal ADD, brutal. So I always said in my act, I said I had what was it? Goddamn it, ADHD. I can't remember. This is where I'm constantly changing. ADOCD, where I'm constantly changing what I'm completely obsessed about.
Right.
It sounds like me.
Yeah. Normally people are like, yes, I relate to that. We're the microplastics generation, We're just our bodies are all fucked. Everyone's on Adderall and everything's all crazy. You believe these kids? And I go, is it that they're liking taking Adderall, or are we the generation cashing out on all this like shit that we've been saying? That's going to ruin kids' brains. Yeah. Turns out it did. We're the generation that's dealing with it, and it's not going well.
AI is driving me crazy. Like every video that comes by my page now, I'm like, is that real?
Scotty used to play a game with me because I'm a visual effects artist. I do like things exploding in movies, or I do like Pixar animation. I started learning Blender 3D Suite during COVID, and so I have an eye for that stuff. And we'd play a game called Is It Real? And for 2 years we played that game, and then about 6 months ago I was like, I'm out. It's over.
Oh my god. It's brutal.
Which leads me to calling my aunt, my 60-year-old aunt back in Iowa, and I go, Aunt Bev, you can't believe anything you see ever again.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Every generation, when they have kids and going on, they all are like, oh, the world's changed and everything's crazy. I feel like we're the first generation that legitimately gets to say, no. Things are weird now. This time things are weird. We've never had a faux life form, a new sentient life form that might dethrone us as the smartest thing on the planet. We've always been the apex intelligence. So I
throw aliens at the same time. We're gonna get aliens and AI all at the same time.
All at the same time. And fusion might be coming. We're putting together quantum computing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna get weird.
Honestly, nothing surprises me anymore. Like,
Nothing.
Something crazy happens and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Here's my man, High
another
Plains.
day on planet Earth.
He's a hardcore member of the Grambo right there. My man.
So tell us about the reserve.
Well, so the reserve, I have been less involved with the reserve of late. It was an awesome idea that our buddy extract seller Kyle had come up with. He started when THCA became like accidentally legalized this last year. He like got all of his certificates, his testing, and he's like able to sell like some of the highest quality cannabis in the world, like legally. And they patched that up. So then November, that's going to go back to illegal, and he's going to have to figure out the next move. So he decided that he's going to start a venue in Denver, Colorado. We were one of the first to roll out legalization, yet our live events game is very lacking. There's almost nowhere to smoke it in public. There's almost no open smoking events. Like I said, I was working with the Church of Cannabis, and that's because they had to physically sue the government, like legally sue them and win, so that way they can consume cannabis. And there's just not a lot of places. So we decided, instead of asking for permission in all the paperwork, what if we started a private lounge that, yada, yada. And so he did. And it's been slow going. Starting an actual brick and mortar venue is hard. Things go wrong. Like just one day we have a hard rainstorm, then the ceiling starts leaking, and then like a light fixture, like a giant light fixture, collapses off the ceiling right in the middle of our event space. And we go, well, we're gonna open this weekend. It looks like we got another week and a half, and so we're able to do that. So literally everything that can go wrong has go wrong. I had a horrible kidney stone pop up that needed surgically removed. And then I come out of surgery and they're like, oh, sorry, the surgery failed. Like, what? You don't hear the words failed surgery all that often.
No, that's not good.
And so everything that could go wrong literally has gone wrong. And that's why I love the mentality of like the pain is fuel. Because it's like everything goes wrong. I'm like, fucking bring it. Like, you think we're not going to quit. That's not going to happen. Like, so if the options are suck it up or quit, well, that makes it pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
And no AC going out to the first floor. Thank you, High Plains. High Plains is a local Denver, so he actually is in the mix.
Very cool. Sorry, my internet dropped there for a sec. I don't know what the hell happened.
I love it. It gets to show us how painfully Canadian you are. You dropped a hard story on us there.
So, Josh, what is? I'd like to get your overall take on what's going to happen in November. And you were talking earlier. You just mentioned earlier you're pretty sure it's going to go that way. That's my big question in it all is there's so much money involved that for them to throw it all, to legalize that all and then just suddenly rip it all away. It just
well, it's a two actions on there. So the federal government accidentally legalized weed. Oops, they didn't understand that in hemp. That hemp doesn't contain Delta-9 THC. That's the active THC that we all know and love. And so they understood that, well, hemp doesn't have Delta-9. So THCA was okay. Well, no, THCA is just Delta-9 with an acetate. It's got the acid on there. You heat it up. That's why we can't eat weed. We have to decarboxylate it, and the A falls off, and it's just THC for us to consume. That's a little bit confusing. I understand. But if I was drafting federal laws, I'm some YouTube asshole. The federal government could have emailed me and I go, no, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. So they accidentally legalized weed and they wanted to solve that. That makes perfect sense. I get why that would happen 100%. They go to draft the legislature to close that loophole and they decided, well, why don't we stick cannabis seeds in there too? What? That's an insane thing. And so they ban cannabis seeds, make them federally legal while leaving clones and tissue culture open, 100% legal. And so you look at that, and I've just watched, like, we've been in YouTube, what I've deemed the can apocalypse, with Instagram and YouTube, all of our accounts getting bashed. They're censoring within a modicum. They're not fully censoring, but they're just kind of like, censoring here and there. And it seems to me that, like, we've crossed a place where using fear tactics isn't really working. You've got, like, little old ladies hitting vape pens for their, joints and everything. Oh, it makes my joints heal before bed. So, when you look at American politics, 70% of people approve of medical marijuana in this country. 70% of people don't approve of anything in this fucking country. That might be the most united front thing in American politics is cannabis. So when you look at that, it's like all of their old tactics of how they split up this multi-billion-dollar industry. It's not going to be as easy. And I have no inside information. I just study marketing. I study branding. I study infrastructure, cannabis. I look at all the ancillary markets that might come together to make these decisions. And I say, it looks to me like they don't like how much knowledge and acceptance is out there. So they got to muddy the water. We're going to have to introduce things like scromiting. We're going to have to introduce cannabis hypermesis. We're going to have to introduce spray terps. We're going to have to get all this stuff into the common thing. So that way they have that. We don't know what's going on. We got to regulate because, well, it seems like this has been working for 12 years flawlessly. Everywhere it's been rolled out, it's worked exactly the way it does. So they're just muddying the waters right now. And so I get it. That's what they're going to do. All I want is to make sure that we have the scraps. I know Miranda, you're not going to be running a $7 billion multi-state operational facility. Rick, you're not going to be running that. I'm not going to be running that. So, like, look, someone needs to make sure that the booth alcohol, the drinks are available at the thing. Someone's going to have to run this industry, but we're the craft side. So if we could just hurry up, just we see what you're doing, just get through it, blah, 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 blah. It's Schedule 3 now, whatever that means. It's probably going to make things worse before it makes things better. But it's not surprising. They're muddying the waters. They're making sure that the demographics that aren't sure how they want to vote on these, how they want to participate, are kind of on the fence. Because if they just pushed play now, a lot of the people that built this industry would now own that industry. They need to put the squeeze on people to make sure that you, like, if you own a facility, you're not able to write off taxes. If all your lights fall out of the sky, normally you'd be able to write that off on your taxes. In cannabis, you can't. You can't write off anything. You just have to payroll taxes, anything. So you have to pay taxes just like every other person, but you don't get the luxury of writing things off like any other person. So they're just kind of letting us build the infrastructure, and then they can come in and buy us out. And like it or lump it, I lump it. I don't care for it. But when you study business books, when you look at how industries run, you go, this is like literally, they're just running the playbook. Do I love it? I don't. But do I like that at the end of the playbook, it ends with them leaving us alone forever to just run our little piece of it as we see fit. And as long as we aren't selling to anyone underage, anyone that isn't, as long as we're not breaking any of the laws, we just get to live like a normal industry for the rest of our days. So I go, all right, just hurry up about it, figure out your stuff, and let us get back to actually stewarding this plant the way that we've been doing, us and our parents have been doing for the better part of half a century.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and what happened this week with Chad Westport's website is testimony to the importance of legalization. Because, like you mentioned about not only do these people not have the right for write-offs and so on, they can't use a fucking bank.
Yeah,
that's the big that's what took Chad down. Was he was trying to do something with a bank and it's not right. It's just
and I always say I can hear you from here, chat. I can hear you from here, YouTube comment section. This is not. We will still have seeds. Like us, we've had weed forever when it was illegal. Like the question isn't will we still have genetics or will we not? It's that are we taking a giant step backwards in legalization? Like I get we'll all still have seeds, but I like the idea that my friend Chad Westport had a business account and a business card and was able to use his real name on processing and ship with legitimate things and give you promises of like guarantees on insurance claims. And this is going to take all that away. So yes, because I always get the comments, I got seeds, breed your own. It's like, yes, we'll all have seeds, guys. The problem is that we want to be adults. And I really love to not look over my shoulder. One of my favorite parts of legalization has been the idea of like, I'll have an ounce in my trunk, I'll have dabs or whatever I had, and a cop will get behind me and I don't sweat it at all. Because he's going to go, you got anything in your car? And I'll go, yeah, I got an ounce of my recreational cannabis in the trunk, and I'm good. And he'll go, oh, okay. And he'll run my plates and go, oh, you're good, citizen. And I go, I just told the weed. In Iowa, groups of guys with guns broke down my front door and searched for an eighth. And here, I'm allowed to drive around with an ounce. I'd like to keep that. I got mad at a guy in San Francisco at the Emerald Cup. He was selling merch that said "Make weed illegal again," and I had to go give him a little piece of my mind. I was like, "I get it. It's not as cool as it used to be. We're bottlenecking genetics, bro. It's all runts now, bro." I get that side of it, but I really love that. I've never been arrested for weed in the last 15 years. I've never had my door kicked in. I've never been fired from a job. I've never been UA tested against some policy that wasn't fair. I like that. And I would like that spread around the whole goddamn country. And I would like it be permanently in concrete forever. I'd like my kids find weed boring, but for you kids that grow up someday and do want to consume it, I damn well hope that part of our work in legislating this, it's still pretty modern. 2012 was the vote here in the United States. And I'd say it's gone goddamn well. They don't like that. And so when you see, how could they be so stupid as to accidentally include seeds in THCA? Well, let's just say they're not that stupid. They, in my video, I said, they just come to the conclusion. If you control the start of the race, you definitely control the end of the race. And they want to make sure that, but if they only knew, we don't care about that. We're not trying to steal your billions, bro. Go get your billions and let us have little small cottage industries, like making soap. It's going to be like making soap. I make dank dabs for the 0.5% of people who care. Most people don't care. My ex-girlfriend was a stoner. I met her at a weed cup. She didn't care. She smoked garbage and she loved it. And she loved that I smoked the dank, and she loved that I would never hit her pen. You couldn't pay me to hit it. She didn't care, but I cared. So, let the people that don't care, and those of us that care, let us just let my people grow.
Is that why she's your ex-girlfriend?
Rick, we got a whole nother half hour of the reasons of why that beautiful woman who I miss every single time.
Speaking of timing, Josh, we didn't get a chance to talk before the show. We do a 2-hour show. We like to devote our first hour to our guest, but we'd sure, and then we go on to a few other topics. But we'd sure love for you to stick around if you're not too beat up.
Yeah, I'll be around. As I'm sitting here, we recorded an hour show, then an hour live, and as long as I can get some content uploaded, I'm good. I'll have Brett, the dude from Dude Grows, like, hey, how's the Spotify going? I go, I'm working on it, boss.
Right on. Well, we sure appreciate
you have stuff to do too. You're more than welcome to
I'll poke around. If I have to disappear, I will. Because the problem is the internet is a little wonky out here in Fort Collins, so I might get into robot mode here shortly. But, thanks for having me. I hope I didn't sweat too much. It's a hot day up here in Colorado.
I feel that.
Please stick around. But at this point, our second Josh, Yellow Scott Farms Josh, I'd love to give you the floor, sir, and tell us what's been going on in your garden. Oh, Ben,
Well,
by
I'll
the way,
flip
yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead,
Well,
Rick.
I was just going to say there was so many things. Time goes by when you're on the show, Josh. Never got into your growing style and all that kind of stuff, but hopefully we'll get a little time later on. But
Cocoa,
yeah, go
baby.
ahead, Josh.
Yeah, how do you grow?
I grew with cocoa.
Yeah.
I was like Scotty Real convert. I used to grow in Rockwool when I first started, and then I started with psychonutrients and cocoa, and because they just include the humics and the B vitamins and the aminos and everything. I was like, that's really cool. And then when New Millennium swooped me up for the Jug Dealers podcast, oh my god! I tell you what, I don't grow like is like that. Holy, but Jesus, that might be one of the pretty. You need to be in high times, bro. Like that is
Do
one
you
of the
follow
prettiest.
Josh or no?
I do, but
Okay.
it's rare to be like see it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like because I've seen pictures, like you have little like streams going. There's a turtle. You got a turtle in your ground.
Yeah, a couple of them. That's Scooter.
Damn.
I got Scooter over here. And there's Slinko over there. Well, you can't see. I can't focus in right now because Scooter's down here.
Aw.
That is so.
But
cool.
yeah, it's just a one pump system. So this is based off of Soil Food Web, Dr. Elaine Ingham, and excuse me, Leighton Morrison's horizontal soil system. So the horizontal is basically how this is a new one over here. This one's basically based for food and flour. We decided to go ahead and mix it up, but this was the original one here, and it's just one pump pumps up through the mountain there and comes out the creek system and runs down through the creek, and the creek basically feeds and waters our plants. This is today. We just planted today.
Hello, little baby.
So some little babies are Huckleberry Hill Farms, a Paradise Pine from Huckleberry Hill. And I've got two more over there. I've got two over here. These are called Raspberry. This is the Raspberry. This is the RS11 times Crimea Junkie. These are
And
testers.
You popped them barely 7 days ago, and you popped them straight into. I was going to ask you about that, Josh. You popped them straight into your APSU living soil.
Yeah. The Super Soil is what we're using, and they're sponsoring. They're sponsoring this grow. And the Super Soil, Dennis over there at APSU, he was like, look, man, just put it in the pot, put it in the tray, and put your seeds in there, separate them, and I guarantee you they'll all pop. And damn if he wasn't, he was right. And I filled this whole bed with APSU Super Soil and just plant it directly. Here's the sweet potato that's been going for a few days. Well, I say a few weeks, excuse me. The grass is all starting to pop. We've got cucumbers here that are popped up. I've got the squash over here that's popped up. The tomatoes doing great, just starting to flower. So we got flowers popping on those. And this is the herb side over here. So I've planted parsley, some dill, some cilantro, some basil. There's some sage up there. I've got carrots over here in the center, popping. And then over there, we've got some from Taproot Genetics, Madness. I believe it's Madness Genetics. And these are APSU. These are called Blue Jasmine from APSU Seed Bank, Blue Jasmine. This is from our sponsor. But we just put them right directly in, and they all popped. It's like he said they would. And he's advertised. I talked to him today. He was like, look, don't do nothing but water it. You'll get 3 to 4 runs, like complete whole runs. This is my first time ever doing it, but that's the first time I've ever heard of anybody just remotely even coming close to getting like 3 full cannabis runs out of a single bag of soil. I was just like, "Are you sure about that?" And he was like,
and Josh, yet I was asking you, like sometimes we concern ourselves with putting seeds directly into some type of soil rather than something more like inert because of over fertilizing. But he said,
that's what got me, you know. And I was like, "You sure, man? Because this stuff is like supposedly, you know, it's like got so much nutrient in it, the babies usually can't handle it." But I mean, they look perfect. I mean, and they all pop directly straight in. You know, it's amazing to me. All you gotta do is keep it wet. Just keep it moist, and the cationic exchange capacity in his soil is dialed in to the point where the plants can just tap immediately, and everything's available. The pH is dialed in, and he's saying that I can run this all the way through flower, harvest, plant another one right beside it, grow it all the way through flower, harvest, plant another one right beside it, grow another one all the way through harvest, and not have to amend anything. I was like, okay, here we go, bro. So I put, we're gonna test you out.
Yeah.
This is my 6th run over here. So we just flipped today. So I changed the board today. So I've got run number 6. We're at 16 hours of light, day 1. And then I'm using the Grandmaster LEDs. These are they're older style, and then these over here are the new ones we just came out with. So Thomas over at Grandmaster LEDs sent me these.
Beautiful.
And they're full spectrum, but they're spectrum adjustable, so I can play with spectrums, which I've learned not to do.
Right.
They all run off the same controller, though, eh? Which is nice.
No, I have a controller here, which is 3, and then I have another controller over there.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they're both set up the same way in a horizontal. I was talking to Leighton Morrison. It's in a horizontal system, so it's basically just a pond rubber liner with a rock base. We lay the pond liner in and then fill it with sand and silt, pea gravel down at the bottom. And we have a trap hole here, and then we basically lay red clay on top of that sand and silt, and then put soil on top of that. And we basically wick water up out of the creek into the soil area simply by, natural wicking. Because all of this will stay moist, and it will wick water right on up the wall, right over the wall, right into the soil pockets, keeping all of this moist. So all I have to do really is just plant right beside where it's wicking in, and it'll keep it moist all the time. So keeping the biology turning all the time, keeping everything nice and happy.
No, that's
So
great.
that's how the whole thing works. Eventually, this one's been going for a year and 7 months now. And what's happened is that the worms and everything, the biology, has turned everything into worm castings. You can see, all I have to do is pick up any rock,
Yeah, beautiful.
and you'll see the mites and the isopods. It's basically it's based on the soil food web, breaking down nutrients. I chop and drop pretty much everything. Here's the old piece of the old stump that we just chopped. Here's the old root system. So I just cut the plant, leave the roots, plant right beside it, and just let it go down.
Josh, I noticed in this area you've planted all of your seedlings in cups, and on the other side you put it straight into the soil. That's to prevent some of your little critters from getting at the root system too.
Yeah, exactly. The isopods love babies. Hello.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, they love babies, and like over there, so it's so new. There aren't any isopods. There's no real food for isopods over here. So there aren't any really, because it's separate from this over here. This over here is alive. I mean, it's just, I mean, everywhere you look, it's just nothing but life everywhere. You pull back and the worms are, the earwig. But yeah, this is being wicked. The water is being wicked into the soil. The biology just seems to love it. As long as you don't go messing it up like what I did. I crashed the system it's been about 40 days now. But I basically, all the cyanobacteria, all the algae, all my beneficial algae and microbes basically just cooked when I changed the lights on the flowers. So I flipped the flower at like day 35. And when I did that, I changed and I added far red and deep red into these, but I lowered the cool white to the point where it's like non-existent. And in doing that, I've learned since then that far red and deep red spectrum cooks cyanobacteria. It literally destroys all my algae. And the algae is basically, there is no filtration in the creek. So the algae is what cleans my water before it gets back to the pond. And this is where it's up to me to steward the bed and just pull this and put it in my soil. It's just like candy to a baby when they put it into isopods will just come in and just destroy all the fish waste and turtle waste is trapped in the algae. We just have to maintain flow through the creek because the algae will take over. So, yeah, it's just about stewardship at this point.
It's coming back nicely. Josh, you and Mo are killing it on your Thursday night show. Last week you had Matt Powers. Tell everybody about your Thursday show and who your guest is this week.
Yeah, we got Chris Trump on tomorrow at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm super excited to talk to Chris because Chris is like the first person. When I first learned about natural farming, I typed in natural farming in YouTube, and Chris Trump's name was the first name that popped up. And his video on how to make lactic acid bacteria. And I was like, oh shit, lactic acid bacteria, that kind of makes sense, you know? And it didn't make sense. It didn't put two together at first, but then I learned how to make it myself. Now this has purple non-sulfur bacteria in it. So I'm doing a little experiment where I made some lab and then I put some purple non-sulfur bacteria, which from Mo over at Grows Soil. And this stuff, you know, it's photosynthetic, so it eats light basically. So I added it to here, and then I added a little bit of blackstrap molasses to there for food. So I'm just going to kind of wait and see what happens to this. But it's still got the cheese layer up top, but it's turned kind of like a purplish brown. But I don't know. We're going to see what happens with that. But anyway, Chris, he's got so many great videos on, and this was back in like 2020. Like all this started in 2020, 2021. So he had a bunch of videos out then and teaching natural farming, how to make different ferments. So like, yeah, I'm super excited to talk to Chris and find out what he's got going on. He's finally got his own IMO on the market. So he's making his rounds. So we've got him on tomorrow, which is super cool.
It's 6:00 Eastern.
Yep, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. And we got his own. He's sent Mo some soil, so we're just going to go on the microscope and we're going to get ask questions, and then actually be able to be on the microscope and be able to actually see what's in his IMO 5 that he's selling. So he actually sent Mo a sample of what all of us can just go on his website and buy. And we'll be able to put it on the scope live and have him talk about it and see what we see and, put him on the spot kind of.
Right on. Josh, Grambo, it took me a minute before I realized that, he's not frozen. He's just, I'll be right back.
That's his character, yeah.
Run to the bathroom real quick.
Shoot.
Yeah.
So we took down all the other plants today and got those in the canitrol. So here's the stump for the other one, So that we just plant right beside it, leave the roots. But
There you go.
yeah.
It's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's
Crazy
beautiful.
I want to see birds, man. That's all. I just want to see some birds flying around, shitting all over.
Yeah, the Monstera over there is getting crazy. Like we've had to do some serious, and then the bush here, we really had to trim that up quite a bit. That had gotten out of hand. And so we just had to do a lot of trimming, a lot of grass cutting. The Monstera over here, it's like 3 feet of leaf here.
That's beautiful. Oh my
That's
God,
insane.
it's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then
That's a big one.
yeah, it's kind of look at the roots. Hold on.
Oh wow.
That is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so cool.
And then
So
they're reaching over into the pond. You can see them.
Yeah.
They're going into the pond. There's a new one there, getting ready to go down into the pond. So we're just gonna let it go right on down. So it loves to be in half and half. So it loves the terrestrial side, and it also loves the aquatic side. So the roots just, they're going where they want, but it really enjoys, and it enjoys being not directly under the light, but it likes to reach for it. So like we don't have it's not directly under lights.
Yeah.
But it wants to reach for it, you know what I mean? So they're growing like towards the light. And every time it grows, we just have to grab it, pull it back.
Oh my
So
God.
it seems to me that those leaves are getting bigger and bigger. So is it like cannabis in the sense that the root development determines the leaf size, or not necessarily?
I mean, the better the soil, the more nutrient it has. The bigger it's going to grow. The light, dictates pretty much the energy that it's getting. So it's getting the right amount of light. It's getting the right amount of nutrient, and it's just happy where it is. I mean, you got to think that even in 12-12, it's still going crazy. Now I'm at 16. It's like the flip doesn't. It doesn't care. It doesn't affect it at all.
Yeah, right on.
Like Scooter wants to say hi.
Oh,
Oh, there you are.
Scooter.
Here's Scooter.
so awesome.
Every now and then you go down those rabbit holes, and actually, I did see one of my exes in chat. Good to see you. That brings up another story. So anyway, when we were talking about thinking about having a kid, she says to me, "Well, maybe we should have a turtle first. Maybe we should start off with a turtle. We'll see how that thing goes, and then we'll try the kid thing.
If we don't kill it in a month, we're good to go."
Anyway,
Turtles are pretty easy. They don't care really. They'll eat just about anything.
Okay,
You know about your fish.
Okay, but you know what I heard today is that turtles, they breathe out of their butt. You ever hear that? Or is that
I'm listening.
That's
I've never.
Can
I
somebody
don't know
please
if I've heard that or if somebody was joking with me. I'm not sure.
What kind of
Well,
turtle did you say?
Maybe all turtles. I don't know.
Well, you got AI. Ask AI if turtles breathe out their ass.
Yeah, I'll get somebody else to do that.
My producer status, I was on top of it immediately. So yes, it's called colloquial respiration.
Oh my God.
There you go.
That's wild.
What will they
Breathe
think
out
of
their
next?
ass.
Boofing turtles.
So don't grab it by its tail and pinch. You'll suffocate it to death.
Oh God. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So Josh, we started talking about your growing style, and I was interested. First of all, approximately when you started growing, and some of the major changes that you're going with now compared to how. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff down the line, but some of the more stuff that you think are more relative.
You got double Josh on now, bro.
Yeah, which Josh you talking to?
Yeah. You, Mr. Grambo.
Grambo.
I became a Scotty Real disciple. He always preached cocoa. It was just cocoa. I'm in love with the cocoa. And I had nothing but problems with. I cut my teeth on rock wool. The guy I grew up in this kind of old boy circle in Iowa, and so we started on the little rock wool cubes doing ebb and flow, just flood and drain systems, and then he stepped up to aeroponics. And I just was like, no, all right. Well, that's where our growing styles diverged. And I just picked up peat. I was like, oh, everyone keeps recommending peat. And I had nothing but problems with it. And I was like, oh, maybe I should go back to, try aeroponics, or not even go back to, but, the guy that taught me was doing aero. Maybe I should. And I discovered this online grow stuff on YouTube back in 2014. And I discovered the Dude Grows and Scotty. And all right, let me try this cocoa stuff. I keep hearing good things about cocoa. And God, I started cocoa. It solved all of my problems. If I couldn't overwater, I couldn't underwater. You can underwater, but being busy at work and coming home, I just realized, oh man, this cocoa stuff really solved all of my major problems. So I pretty much became a cocoa just disciple for the last 10 years. I started growing real hardcore in 2014. Was always the friend. Excuse me. Was the friend that back in the old circles, I've been friends with. My same friend was my best friend since I was 4 years old. We were next door neighbors, and we still maintained friends all the way till this day. So I was always trusted. I was the littlest little brother. So when they go out of town, like, Josh, you're going to run the grow. And so I just, most of my early growing experience was, how can I not kill growing things? Wasn't my concern. Keeping them alive, but ended up being a real good a lesson, because I got to experience a lot of different growing styles through taking care of people's grows. And once I found the cocoa, I was like, this is just like the easiest thing. It's got that air to water ratio that makes it so you can't over or underwater too much. It's got that good cation exchange capacity, as long as you're not putting too much perlite in it. I've switched over recently. The guys I work with at the jug dealers, they work with this cocoa called Cyatetics cocoa. And so the Cyatetics takes the coconut husk and creates chips out of it. So instead of having aerations with perlite, which is like an insulator, it's essentially like a wire insulator. The cation exchange is just like literal exchange capacity. Yeah. And so they moved to the cocoa chips. And so now we get all the aerations of perlite with none of the CEC buffering of that. And so, I switched over from the can of cocoa over to Cyatetics. Really, that's the biggest shift I've made in my grow in the last half a decade. Was like, I'm going to switch what brand of cocoa I use. And that's about it. And so I grow the easiest way. I'll switch between, like, Scotty with Real Growers has his Grow Dots, which is a 1-part granular. And I work with New Millennium, which is a 13 bottle, Ferrari. It's the Ferrari of nutrients. And so I'll switch between, and the shocking thing is both work amazingly. You get more resin production and maybe a little bit more phenotypic expression out of the New Millennium bottles. But God, I grow just as dank out of the. It's not even to call it a 1 part isn't even quite accurate. It's kind of it's like a 0 part. It's just You put this granular in, and it's got a coating on it. So when the nitrogen needs to go off, it does. When the phosphorus, and it's got.
We did lose you. He'll be back. He'll be back.
I am. I can tell the internet is my internet is about to probably collapse on me. So it might be wise to say goodbye before I lose.
Hang on. Let me quickly. No, why don't you just hang unless this is your fucking excuse to leave us? Hang until they kick you out.
I got nowhere to be. I hate to disappear with Irish goodbye.
Well, if you disappear, we are so glad that you came on. Thank you.
100%.
Yeah, I got nowhere else to be. I'm uploading. This shit takes 20 more minutes, whatever I'm doing.
So do you use the drain to waste system or like your feeding system? Is it automated?
I've always been on the mix out the reservoir, get everything going, and then I have a sump pump that I connect to a garden wand, so just through a garden hose, and so then I'm able to just go through and just mist all of my different plants. And once you get it dialed in, you've been growing the same system for 3/4 of a decade. I know about exactly how much I grow in 5-gallon pots, so I know exactly what's the color of the cocoa on the top. It looks a little, you pick up a corner, lift it up, feel how dry it is. You get to know about, so they say that with the 10% runoff, I get maybe like a percent runoff, if that, just enough that I know I got it soaked all the way to the bottom. And then after that, I just let it go. So here in Colorado, it's so dry. Honestly, I don't even really have to drain to waste. I just kind of let it dry up, and then I can go through maybe once a week with a few paper towels folded over. You'll have a little bit of salt build up on the top of the things. What do you call those? What do you call the things you put the trays? Yeah, my brain is I'm melting into nothing. And so clean up the trays. I'm very OCD, so I like things to look pretty and clean and keep everything. Once I get 1% fucked, I just go screw it. So I tend to keep my grow pristine. And now I grow at a friend's house. I had to move into a new small apartment. So my good friend Church of Cannabis Nate, he's out there holding it down, and he is the keeper of the 2x4 and the 5x5. And so now I trained him to be as anal as I am. This guy, when he was going through, he got like hundreds and hundreds of little like insulin syringes. And so when he goes to measure out like 3 mils of this, he actually 3 millimeters to the line. And I go, Nate, within reason, but that's him. He loves to do it. And I'm like I go by glugs. That's a glug,
Yeah.
That's that guy.
I'm curious. Let me try to get my question here right. Okay, here it comes. If you when you say say just about zero, do you when you're watering, you fill up, or not necessarily fill up, but you put a certain amount into the tray, and then the cocoa will soak it back up again.
It will soak it up. I worry there's some people, especially when you first transplant, you'll get what's known as channeling. There's not grooves inside of your soil, but all of a sudden the water will just start taking a path. And then that doesn't just lead on the top. It almost becomes hydrophobic, and then it just will drop through. So I was always trained by the old heads you go through and you give a 10 to 20% drinking on every single plant, just like a little blast to moisten the tops. And then once all of the tops are moistened, then you go back and start at plant number 1 and actually feed. And then that'll drain everything down. And it adds a little bit of work, but I found that I never got any sort of, I would always inspect my root zone after going through. I'd break up my root ball and kind of, not with a fine tooth comb. I'd just go in, make sure. Because when I first started growing, I'd find dry pockets, like pockets that did not have roots in it. It would just be this little area where I'd have my complete root ball, and it almost looked like a tumorous growth, but of nothing. It would just be this dry pocket. And I realized oh shit, that's because I'm getting channeling in this whole little area. literally never got water ever. And I wouldn't have known that had I not gone in and physically broke it up. So I do recommend, it's a little extra work, but if you work with Coco or and Pete, do a little pre-watering before you're watering. It prevents all that and gets everything level, and then it drains down equally. You can just watch it, and it's because on that first watering, it floods down pretty quickly, but on the second one, it goes down really slow and just kind of evenly coats the whole thing.
Yeah.
But now I'm on. I've moved over to full this last 2 grows, and I don't see myself going back. I'm on the sit buckets. I'm on the sub irrigation planner, and I don't see myself ever going back. If I'm being honest, I have all my equipment set up at the grow, and I don't think we're gonna need it because damn, that being able to just walk away from your grow and know that it's perfectly hydrated over the weekend, it is the best babysitter I've found.
Right on.
Yeah, that's
Right
awesome.
on. Dave, what's going on here?
We are gonna have a little giveaway,
Hey,
and we're gonna give 10 lucky people a chance to win. What did I say? Ladies say they were?
Was Captain in the chat earlier today? Oh, there he is.
Got a
It's still there. Yeah.
30 pack. It's a 30 pack.
Oh,
that's a lot of pack.
Oh, that's very generous.
my goodness. Right on, right on. Yeah, I've heard a lot about his Thai seeds. So all you have to do is enter in chat Captain 420, the way you see it on the screen there, and you could be a lucky winner.
Oh, good luck, guys.
Good luck.
And just one more question there, Josh Grambo, Mr. Grambo, and then I'm going to let it go. Do you ever measure the? I'll never let it go. Do you ever measure the EC of your of the runoff that you do have? I'm just thinking about like salt buildup within the cocoa.
I kind of was obsessive about that back in the day, but now if there's not a problem, I don't. I recommend anytime that you guys have a problem, or if you're just new to growing, measure all those stuff. I even go as far as to like measure the weight of your pots, like when they're dry, when they're full, get all those different metrics down and just, write them on a calendar, write them we didn't have the proper grow diaries like they have on the internet these days. Back in my day, so it's just a calendar was usually my best friend. But yeah, measure every single thing, every data point, all the EC, and what he just said there is important. I always recommend newer growers switch from ppm to EC as soon as you feel comfortable. There's 2 different ppm scales. It gets so confusing when you're trying to talk ppm. EC, electrical conductivity, it's the industry standard. It's the best way to actually keep the amount of salt-based nutrients in your res actually kind of figured out. So I would recommend if you're using ppm, switch over to EC whenever you feel comfortable. It's not mandatory, but it just makes having conversations with other growers so much easier.
Yeah, EC meter is great. I have one right here. This is the one I use, the blue stick.
Blue Lab. Yeah, that's the standard. And it seems a little expensive. You'll go to buy one of these things and it seems kind of expensive. We always say buy once, cry once. Get good equipment and take care of it, folks. It's way better than having something break down on you mid-grow.
Well, I put it in the creek and it's blinking at 1, just under 1. So that means it's probably around 50.
That's awesome. Yeah, you win best grow room. I don't know if High Times does a best grow room, but you have my vote.
Yeah, definitely.
The amount of love.
Thank you.
And I've seen it on Instagram.
So,
but it's
look,
one
this
thing to
one,
see it on Instagram, and it's another thing to see it wrapped around in 3D. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Very true.
So I'm in the other, the longer, and this one's not. So the other one that's just started, registered just under 50. This one's been running, got fish, turtles, and it's not blinking at all.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Really?
All right, Josh. $1 million question.
Wow.
How much money you got wrapped up into it?
Yeah.
In this,
Yeah.
well, if you want to minus the, setting up the grow room, like, putting in the mini split and like the light, if you just want to talk about the grow itself, the grow was under $2,000 to build, but I've got, I got 10 months building in this one, and then I've got another 4 months building in this one. So, I've got over a year of building, blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
But the money wise, I mean, you can go to any Luckstone or any type of, wholesale rock place that sells different size rocks for like landscaping places and fill up a truck for, $150. So the rock ain't that expensive. It's all the other stuff like concrete, the hard work, the design, the layout.
Yeah, if you had to pay a contractor his hourly wage to do this.
Oh, it's a $50,000-$60,000 probably.
For sure. Easy, maybe more. Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. I got 30 in. I'm going to take 10 tonight. Good luck. Oh, 31. Good luck, everybody.
Oh, good luck, guys.
Good luck.
So again, this is just your chance. You're getting put into a race later on at the end before we close down. We'll do a race.
Hey.
And if your contestant in the race wins, you win a pack of seeds from Captain 420.
Yeah. The race is the
Hope I
best
spelled that
part,
right.
anyway.
So there's always something going on. There's
WST.
Nice. You good over there?
No, I think I spelled that first name wrong. But oh well. We know who you are.
Party Police. Good to see you.
That's a new one.
See you? Yeah.
Sounds got a new name.
Dang, man.
And so
Hey,
what else is going on?
That's my
20,
man.
good luck.
Congratulations.
Yes, you are entered into our race at the end of the show. Brian, good to see you out there.
Oh, 2 in a row. See that logo right there? Grambo member. That's my man.
Oh, I like
Hell
it. Like it.
Right on.
That's awesome.
Grambo.
Love you, HBB.
I get through this, we're going to do our little segment.
Yes.
On chamomile.
Yeah.
Right on.
So, yes.
Yeah, we started, Josh. We started, I don't know, about a month ago or so. We started this segment, Herbal Remedies of the Week, and it's a lot of fun. It's really taken off.
Yeah, it's cool. So we
You might learn
basically find like herbs that are like right in your yard, and we talk about what we can use them for and things like that.
I like that. I was just learning about the mullein here this last couple months. And
Oh, yeah.
the mullein. I look at my own yard and I go, son of a bitch, there it is. I have like a ton around my apartment.
Yeah, you
It's
probably
the same-
walked by it a million times, had no idea what it was.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to me. We talked about, okay, well, let's do mullein. And I said, well, I better do my homework. So I Googled it and I looked at it and I thought,
Last one.
God damn it, I got some out my fucking yard.
Yeah.
But then I
all right in the gutter.
Stang man.
so, but damn, good to see you, Stang Man. Who does he remind? Oh yeah, Natalie. He introduced us to the Fresh Princess. But anyway, I learned from that that the mullein is a what I call it a biannual plant. It takes 2 years to cycle. Like The first year it grows the leaves, and the second year it grows the flower.
I didn't
Excuse
know.
me. And I've been, it's all been all over my yard, but I've just been killing it. In the first year, I've been killing it, so never give it a chance to live. Well, now I got it. It's beautiful, man. You can probably, I don't know if you can see it. Well, no, I'm not going to try. I'll probably wreck the house if I.
No, take
Yeah,
a picture.
Let's check this out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome to today's video about 7 healing benefits of chamomile tea, backed by science. Do you know what makes chamomile such a special herb? Its healing properties and relaxing aroma. Chamomile has been used since ancient times to treat a variety of ailments. The Egyptians used it for its antipyretic properties, its ability to relieve the symptoms of malaria, and even in embalming for its preservative properties. In short, this super plant has been a part of our lives for thousands of years. Have you had your chamomile tea today? If not, stay with us until the end of the video and learn about 7 special benefits this herb can give you. And at the end, we have a bonus benefit for you. Discover now 7 powerful reasons why you should drink chamomile tea every day. 1. Improve sleep quality. Well, who doesn't like to sleep peacefully without waking up in the middle of the night? Having a sleep that really makes you wake up ready to face the challenges of the next day is one of the great secrets of well-being in modern life. Drinking a cup of chamomile tea in the evening, up to an hour before going to bed, will certainly make your sleep more restful. Chamomile helps us fall asleep faster and allows us to have a fully restful sleep. 2. Improves digestive health. This wonderful plant is known for its beneficial effects on the digestive process. After all, the proper functioning of these 2 very important organs, the stomach and the intestines, is essential if we are to enjoy full health. Chamomile can be used simply to aid digestion, or even to relieve intestinal cramps and prevent inflammation throughout the digestive system. This benefit can be really useful for people who have some kind of predisposition to any kind of maladjustment in the digestive system, such as discomfort and excess gas and various pains. Especially in the stomach, chamomile combats gastritis, poor digestion, and excess acidity due to its calming and anti-inflammatory properties. And for the intestines, it's enough to drink a cup of hot chamomile tea after meals to show all its relaxing potential on the intestinal muscles, which are extremely important for satisfactory digestion. 3. Protects against certain types of cancer. This benefit is surprising and is due to the antioxidants present in chamomile. Apigenin, a substance abundant in chamomile, inhibits the growth of cancer cells, especially when they are located in certain areas of the body, such as the prostate, breast, stomach, and skin. Its anti-tumor effects have been extensively studied, as in a study published in the prestigious scientific journal Phytotherapy Research, which studied the plant's properties in a remarkable and precise way. 4. Blood sugar control benefits. High blood sugar is one of the great villains of modern life. Chamomile has great potential to help our bodies control blood sugar levels. It can therefore be a powerful ally for people suffering from diabetes. It's important to say that it doesn't replace medication, but it can help to reduce doses in the medium term by helping to prevent complications of the disease and slowing its progression. If you are a diabetic, talk to your doctor about how chamomile tea can be an excellent addition to your diet. But it's not just diabetics who can benefit from these properties. If you don't have the disease, chamomile tea can be an excellent way to help prevent it, which affects millions of people around the world. Are you enjoying the video? Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share this information with someone you love. 5. Improves heart health. The substance to look into to understand this amazing benefit of better heart health is flavonoids. Are you familiar with them? Flavonoids are a class of phenolic compounds found in the plant kingdom. They are chemical structures involved in pollination, protection against insects, fungi, ultraviolet rays, and other important functions for plant development. In the human body, flavonoids have health-promoting benefits, especially their antioxidant action. Chamomile is rich in flavonoids such as apigenin, luteolin, quercetin, patuletin, and genistein. It is these high concentrations of flavonoids that make chamomile a great partner for the heart, helping it to function fully, controlling blood pressure and cholesterol levels, two major causes of cardiovascular disease, leading killer on the planet. 6, reduces stress and anxiety. We live in the so-called information age, where things happen at a speed that was unimaginable just a short time ago. We have to learn to deal with technological advances on a daily basis, which on the one hand are a great help for us to do various tasks better, whether personal or professional, but on the other hand, make us much more anxious and stressed. Are you one of those people who need a calming drink in the middle of a busy day? Then chamomile tea is for you. It can be a nice dose of calm in the midst of this troubled and increasingly fast-paced world that surrounds us. Chamomile can both relax the body and calm the mind, making it a great option for anyone who needs to stop and take some time for themselves in the midst of a hectic routine. 7, strengthens the immune system. The immune system is responsible for protecting us from unwanted invaders such as viruses and bacteria, microscopic harmful agents that can affect our health. By drinking a cup of chamomile tea every day, you'll be able to ensure that your body's defenses are in full working order, as this wonderful plant helps us fight colds and various infections due to its antibacterial properties. These are 7 great benefits of chamomile, but we won't stop there. We have an extra benefit for you because science has also proven that chamomile can reduce the effects of allergies. Yes, spring is beautiful and much needed, but unfortunately, with the awakening of nature comes seasonal hay fever and other nasty allergic reactions. It's the perfect scenario for unwanted coughs, sore throats, and countless sneezes. Chamomile can also be a valuable ally for these problems, especially when it comes to the eyes. Redness, burning, itching, watering, and even swelling. Many of us have experienced it. But to treat these symptoms, chamomile compresses are a natural and highly effective remedy. Just make a nice infusion. Because of these and other properties, chamomile is considered by many to be a kind of natural antihistamine. It's great for everyone, except for folks who are allergic to Asteraceae. That's the family chamomile belongs to. Sadly, they'll need to find other options. What are the factors that contribute to the health benefits of chamomile? Chamomile, a treasured medicinal herb with a rich history, is well loved in the Western world. It comes in 2 delightful varieties, German chamomile and Roman chamomile. The dried flowers of chamomile are packed with around 120 beneficial compounds, including terpenoids and flavonoids, a class of antioxidants, which give it its amazing healing properties. Chamomile products are known to help with various health issues. Plus, its essential oils, known for their lovely scent, are widely used in cosmetic products and aromatherapy. How to make chamomile tea. When you purchase pre-made herbal tea bags, you'll need about 200 milliliters of boiling water for each one. The perfect temperature for brewing is 95 degrees Celsius. While most people don't have a candy thermometer handy, you can easily tell when the water is ready by removing it from the heat as soon as small bubbles begin to form. Leave to infuse for about 3 minutes, squeeze with a teaspoon, and extract. Your chamomile tea is ready to drink. You can also sweeten it with honey if you prefer. You might find yourself wondering, when is the best time to enjoy it? After meals, if you want a digestive effect, before bed, if you want a calming effect, or during the day if you want to hydrate your body with sips of absolute well-being. Who should avoid chamomile tea? As far as risk factors and side effects are concerned, the only thing you should be aware of is allergies to plants from the Asteraceae family. Contact with the fresh plant may cause skin reactions in allergy sufferers due to the presence of sesquiterpene lactones. Also, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, consult your doctor before adding any new habit to your daily diet. And this tip doesn't just apply to chamomile tea, okay? It's always good to remember that children can also drink chamomile tea. A cup or 2 a day is just as good for kids as it is for us adults. Using chamomile infusions in high doses, that is, more than 4 or 5 cups a day for an extended period, can lead to reduced iron absorption and may cause restlessness, insomnia, and anxiety in sensitive individuals can cause agitation and nausea. In other words, it can have the opposite effect to what is expected if it is used excessively. It's important to be aware that chamomile can interact with blood-thinning medications like warfarin. If you're considering increasing your chamomile intake, especially if you have any existing health conditions, it's a good idea to consult with your doctor first. Do you like chamomile tea? How often do you drink it? Tell me in the comments about your personal experiences with chamomile. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be notified when there's something new. For more tips on health and lifestyle, you might notice some fascinating videos.
I put that shit on everything.
Oh, we lost Josh. Not you.
Oh, I lost Grambo.
Sounds like me with my Lost Coast plant therapy. Put that shit on everything.
Put that shit on everything.
And we see your new poster out back, man. That looks nice, man.
Well, absolutely. Huh?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
classy
nice.
or what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dirk. For sure. Well, I don't know if we're gonna get Josh back, but damn, I was just thinking that I met him first when he came on the Dude Grows show as a producer and took over from Guru, which was a pretty big shoes to fill, but did a damn good job, and very grateful for his appearance on the show.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
alligator.
I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Congratulations. I got your, you were our big winner last week. And
Awesome.
so, yeah.
Yeah. What else you want to talk about, Rick? There was something you wanted to talk about. You wanted to talk about where we were going to go with our charity.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how are we for time here? Got a few minutes. Yeah. Well, actually, we're always looking for our chat participation. There's a few things that we're looking for. For one, we've introduced a new segment called Random Act of Kindness, and what we would like from you is to nominate anybody that you feel is outstanding in lending positivity to our community, that kind of thing. And if they're chosen, we'll hope to get them on the show, and they win a duck in the race for a bottle of Lost Coast plant therapy. And what else? Oh, so we've got the help me. What was the other one that we were? Of course, we just did the herbal remedy of the week. And if you would like us to highlight herbal remedy, again, let us know. Dave, I'm sure will put up our email address and get that information to us. But there was the main reason why I started blabbing my mouth was
The Last Prisoner project.
Oh, thank you. We have been supporting the Last Prisoner project for a number of years now, and I'm very proud to support them. Without the sacrifice that a lot of people have made for this plant that we take for granted today, but for there go I. And I know for one person who is Josh, was fortunate enough to avoid the law. I've been busted 5 times and convicted 3 times. So I guess maybe there's a part of me that I didn't spend a day in prison. So maybe there's a part of me that feels grateful for all the people that have come before me and made the plant what it is today. And I'm honored to continue supporting the Last Prisoner project. But if there's people out there that would suggest that maybe we look at another charity, by all means, please let us know.
are open
There,
to
I guess I
suggestions. We are open to suggestions. If anybody's got a great cause, we'd love to support it. And I did forget to mention that these seeds from Captain are U.S. only. So if you are a Canadian and you are entered in tonight's race, you will win something from Rick's stash. Just to let everybody know that.
Yeah, for sure. For
So
sure.
on that note, I am going to have me a little race.
Yeah, let's do it.
Race time. What is it this week?
We're going to do some
Goblins?
monsters.
Gorillas?
Good luck, guys.
Gorilla.
They're monsters. All different kinds
Oh,
of
I love it.
All kinds of them.
There's some robots, some gorillas. Hey, isn't that like the? Look at that.
I like the first one. That thing's cool.
That's
That's
great.
State Puff
Got a
Marshmallow?
Got a
That's
little
State Puff.
video.
Yeah.
Come on, State Puff.
Oh my god.
Great
If I spelled your
to
name wrong, sorry. We know who you are.
great to see so many new faces and names in there. So please remember, if you win, to send us your contact information. I'll let you know if I don't have your contact information. And by the way, when you send that information, don't be afraid to throw in your shirt size, because if you're fortunate enough to win the Lost Coast Plant Therapy giveaway, you'll get some really cool merch, maybe a t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Okay, so who's making the move? Who's making the move?
I don't
Stay
know.
Puff.
They're all neck and neck.
Someone's gonna pull through.
Day
Go
one.
Stay Puff
Farms.
Marshmallow. Make a run,
Day-
Stay Puff. Make a run.
Day
Make
one.
a run. Make a
Day
run,
one.
Stay Puff. Make a run.
Day one. Woo!
Hey,
Nice.
Right on, day
All right.
1A. Congratulations. Yeah, so please send me your contact information, day 1A. It's Let's Be Buds Show Live at gmail.com. There it is. Thank you, Dave. And so oh boy, that was a fun sesh with Josh. I want to
Yeah, it
thank him
was.
once again for joining us. And Josh, it's always interesting catching up with you in your garden. Dave, thanks so much for all your help, and Miranda, thank you for inviting Josh to the show and helping me through the whole thing here. I would ask you who our guest is next week, but we don't have one.
well, that's all right though. We could use a week off from
we
the guest.
will.
We'll
will
just
have one.
shoot the shit. How's that?
Well, yeah,
Maybe we will.
Miranda or Dave,
To be determined.
one of you is right. But if we don't have a guest, we do have some really important, cool stuff to talk about. We've got to get the Canadian Buds Exchange going. I don't know.
Yeah.
I won't say anything, Dave, about that other little
Yeah, please
project
don't.
that we're working on. But
I didn't put the seed sponsors' names on the wheel again this week, so we're gonna have to draw one secretively. So-
Okay.
it's all
And
good.
my exit video is effed up tonight, so we're just gonna have fun tonight.
Sounds good
That's
to me.
okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Going with the flow.
Chat, we love you. Thanks so much for dropping by, and we'll look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good night, guys.
Night, everybody.
I love the hearts.
Wednesday night, feeling right. 8 p.m. Let's unite. Life chat flowing, spirits growing. Thankful for this vibe tonight. Gather round, my friends. It's time to share the light. Uncle Rick is here with tales that feel just right. Little Everett's laughter dances in the air so free. From all its green to yellows come from we plant our unity. never